What's up, Relentless League? Week 4 recap. Here's your video. Some shit happened last week. I wasn't first. I'm no longer in first. Jason beat me. Dan and Sean's team, you know, the team that I ignored last week, they're in first and second now. Let's see how they're feeling about being ignored and then taking over rank 1 and rank 2 in our league. I'd say they're on cloud 9, feeling pretty good about their recent successes. Dan having the second most points in the league. I think this is the first time Dan's ever been in first place, ever. And honestly, we kind of predicted it, me and Dan together. Let me remind you guys. Then we can see how he feels about it. You gonna win?
Absolutely.
Taking number 1?
1.
He's taking first place, guys.
I'm the GOAT.
The GOAT.
I'm the greatest of all time. Yeah, undisputed.
Undisputed. I mean, Dave.
As you can see, he's feeling pretty good, feeling pretty confident. That goes to show any of you guys, with a little bit of hard work, grit, determination, and a lot of luck, you too can be first place, just like Dan over here. Let's see this week 4 matchups and how we got here. Start at the bottom. Sean scoring the most points this week, destroying Lick My Bass. Not the first time that Sebastian has gotten destroyed in this league. This league might be a little too tough for him. In typical Bloodsport fashion, Sean had Josh Allen, Jefferson go off, Montgomery go off, every member on his team. He didn't even need these other guys. He just completely destroyed Bass, and he's going to have to think of better ways of getting his ass kicked so it doesn't just get old in this league. Our next match is actually somebody I really want to talk about. Motor City Mad Dogs versus Poggers. It's not Motor City that I want to talk about. It's you, 66.76. Poggers, the 10th place, the anchor of our league. The guy holding us up way down there with such a weak back. He's holding the rest of the nine of us above him. I got a video for you, Zach.
There were. There were people right there.
Yeah, that's enough picking on Zach though, guys. 1 and 3. He's already had it rough enough. No, I'm just kidding. I got more videos about Zach.
Was Zach better tonight than what you anticipated he would be watching all team? To be honest. Honestly, if I'm being completely honest, we knew it was going to get better. He's continuing to get better week in and week out, and he's continuing to lead week in and week out. But watching that tape, man, you got to give this dude all he is garbage. Like we should really tear apart earlier. Like
That's right, Zach. Each and every week, putting up 66 points, I'm going to trash on you. You lost. I hope I verse you every single week for the rest of the year. I would like to go on a crazy win streak. I would never even lose. Let's get to the next matchup. Dan versus Replacements. Replacements, you just can't catch a break. You get the most points in the league, the best team you've ever had in the Relentless League. and you're down there with the rest of these newbies. That sucks. Dan handled you as he's been doing the past few weeks. And let's get a look at how it feels to have the most points in the league, yet be down there in 8th.
I'm so sick of these people. You know, don't.
Yeah, I understand your frustration. You're sick of your team producing, yet you're still catching losses. Chris McCaffrey getting you almost 50 points. Kyron Williams getting you 30 points and still suffering a loss. That sucks for you, dude. You can't get 3rd place if you don't make the playoffs. Joe versus Robert. Big win for Robert, even though he benched a lot of good players. Robert looking like he didn't really want to win. He just ended up winning because Joe's team laid a goose. Didn't do very good. Benching Isaiah Pacheco, benching Mark Andrews. That's not being a good fantasy manager right there. Benching Mark Andrews for Musgrave. And won't even trade Andrews. Don't even try getting Andrews off of Robert's team. It's impossible. Joey, I said last week I had a lot of faith in your team. I still do. You still got Cooper Kupp maybe coming back this week. I don't know how that feels, but you do. In about a week or two, you will be older, and so will your team. Bringing back good old Cooper Kupp. Maybe you'll get some wins after that. Finally, mine versus Detroiter. The matchup that I circled on my calendar. Just for my team to take a break. My team was tired. I was putting up so many points in first place. They were exhausted. They needed a break. And Jason broke my heart. There goes my undefeated season. I guess it's Jason's turn to shit on me.
Call an ambulance! Call an ambulance! But not for me. And tell you.
Shut your bitch ass up!
Jason made me shut my bitch ass up. I think there's still better things to come from my team, obviously, since I'm going to win the championships this year. I don't know if it's going to come from Jahmyr Gibbs. Seems like a wasted 3rd pick at this point. Let's get the Week 5 matchups, guys. Week 5 matchups. We got me versus Sean. It's going to be a tough one. Let's start bottom to top. Replacements versus Bass. It'd be hilarious if Bass won this one with replacements scoring another like 150-point game. But he's got to win eventually, guys. And I think Bass is going to stay in 9th for now. Dan versus Poggers. Yeah, I think Dan stays in 1st. Because unless he benches all his players, I don't see how Poggers can put up enough points to beat anyone right now. All we do is win versus Motor City. Give me Motor City Mad Dogs in this one. I feel like Robert's going to try to manage his team the best he can. But last week, you would get fired off my fantasy football team if you were coaching them. Sorry. Detroiter versus Joe. I got high hopes for Joe's team. I think that he could actually meet me in one of these championship games towards the end of the season. But Jason's getting back Taylor, and Joe's getting back Kupp. Let me get Joe on this one. I think that his team is going to they got a little bit more easier matchups this week. And, you know, Jason beat me last week, and lightning don't strike twice. Anyways, me versus Sean. I'm coming for you, Sean. I'm not holding back. As you can see, your team might be rejected more than me, but I'm coming out swinging. It's a showdown of the bro down. I got me to win, of course. Let's get into our power rankings. Our official power rankings, week 5. Took some advice from Edgar last week, and I'm going to be doing the power rankings this way from now on. Going a little bit more organized and in order. At the bottom, it's Zach. He was at 51% last week. He dropped down to 33.38. That's the lowest this year that we've had. If you multiply that percentage by 2, it's 66.76, which is the amount of points that he scored this week. Holding down 10th place. He's also holding down the bottom of the power rankings this week. Seabass, you were at 48%. You dropped down to 39%. 1-3, no playoffs. Nimrod, you got to make the playoffs if you want to compete for the championship. Next, we got Robert. You were at 46. You got to 50. You won your game. And last week I said that you needed to pray. And it looks like your prayers worked. You actually got a win over Joey. And if you just actually play your Mark Andrews like you said you're going to, don't be surprised when you verse Robert and Mark Andrews is in there, even during his bye weeks. Robert said he will not bench him anymore. Good choice. Next, we got replacements. He was at 60. He's at 51% now. I had to drop you down. You might have the most points in the league, but your team has blown up the last 4 weeks. Huge points. That's why you have the most points in the whole league. And if you had those performances and you're only 1-3, that really sucks. You should be, 2-2 at least. 3-1. 4-0. But being at 1-3, that's a sticky situation. You still gotta make the playoffs. Next, we got Edgar. He was at 55. He stayed at 55. Beating Poggers is a net 0 in this league right now. Anybody can beat Poggers. Poggers might even be in 11th place in this 10-man league. Let's go to the next one. Sean, you were at 40. You went to 63%. You scored 163 points. You're in second place right now. 163 minus 100 is 63. So that algorithm actually does work for this scenario as well. And yeah, that's how you get to 63. Jason was at 52. He went to 60% because he beat the best. And I know what you're thinking is Sean should be above Jason. But Jason is actually an Elden Lord, just like myself. So he's actually going to get a 4% raise just for being an Elden Lord. So little hack if you guys want to get your rankings up. Just, beat Elden Ring. Good luck. It's a hard game. Next, we got Joey. He was at 64%. He lost. He's at 69% this week. For those of you that don't know, it's Joey's wedding this week. And that's a little wedding gift from the Power Rankings God to you. From your commissioner to you. Don't expect any money anymore. I gave you a 5% raise even though you lost. That's my wedding gift. No actual money. It's just 5% raise on your ranking. Congratulations. Next, in second place, we got Dan. 49% last week. This is the biggest jump that we've had. From 49 all the way to 71. He had a big win versus replacements, the point leader, and he is currently on a 3-win streak. The most in the league currently. So, big win for Dan. 71%. That's huge praise from yours truly. You're doing a good thing this year. And the number 1 guy. I gotta still adjust mine. I know I lost to Jason. I was at 79 last week. I was the only, not the only undefeated. Alright, I think I was the only undefeated team. But I was at, instead of being undefeated, a bowl. I'm actually defeatable. So I'm going to drop me down to 80, actually, because I do get Barkley back. So I actually go up another point. Even though I lost, no big deal. Getting Barkley back, and good luck this week, boys. There's your official power rankings. Let's see how Dan Campbell treats my boy Jahmyr Gibbs.
Who is that? Who is that?